This is a HeadGum podcast.
Here we are again, Monday, folks, and guess what? You don't know how to start this week without listening to our lovely podcast. And
that was a great start.
I was trying to do like a radio DJ thing.
Let's do it again from the top.
All right.
Let's see. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh my goodness, it is Monday, and guess what else it is? It's also the day that we release If I Were You, your favorite weekly advice podcast from these two Jewish ladies, Aunt Amir Blumenfeld and Grandma Jake Hurwitz.
The aunt and the grandma are back at it again. This episode is brought to you by MeUndies, just so you know. The reason we're here today is to have a fun little advice podcast, but making it more monetarily feasible for us to record these shows is a sponsor like MeUndies.
Of course.
They've been around with us for so long. They believe in us. They trust us.
And we believe in them and trust them because I not only wear MeUndies, I am a Underwear of the Month subscriber.
It's a great relationship because as long as they love us, because we love them.
Yeah. And you know what? I get new underwear in the mail every month. And I think, once you dump out the underwear drawer, restock, which I did with MeUndies, then you get one pair a month. And that's a pretty nice pace.
Maybe that's what we should talk about today is the design. They have a club, right? A subscription. Mm-hmm. That's the way to go. It keeps the joy coming once a month. It's a surprise for you. It's a gift that you sent yourself from the past.
Yeah.
My friend Chris, who listens to this show, says he's never visited any of our sponsors, but he's really close with MeUndies because of how convincing and how much we talk about them. So there's lots of people out there like Chris. I'll talk to him specifically, but if you yourself are a Chris who's like, yeah, I do keep hearing about MeUndies, but I've just never checked them out. Just look at their website. That's all we want. Mm-hmm. Go to MeUndies.com. Go to MeUndies.com and see it. The design of the month. This month is awesome. Last month is great. The month before, we really do like them. They're super, super affordable, and they're super, super comfortable.
The design of the month this month is my favorite one. I think that there's maybe ever been.
And not only that, but if you go to MeUndies.com/Jake or MeUndies.com/Amir, you get 20% off your first order, and that's whether you get a subscription or a single pair. So, Chris, I know you're listening. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it, dude. Shipping is free to the U.S. and Canada, so the price you see on the website is actually a price you're going to pay. And if anything, it's a little higher than what you're going to pay if you use our coupon code at MeUndies.com/Jake or MeUndies.com/Amir. Modal, that's the reason it's so comfortable.
Yeah.
It's not quite cotton. It's
the most comfortable underwear you could imagine.
It's fabric that's twice as soft.
Your penis and your testicles and your vaginas deserve the best.
They deserve it. They deserve it. They deserve it. One last time, it's MeUndies.com/Amir or MeUndies.com/Jake. This was a fun episode. Rahul Kohli.
Yes.
From iZombie. Our
great
first
guest. Great man. Great person.
Very wise. And a lot of it is because he's smart and funny, but some of it is just his accent.
Yeah. He could have been an asshole and the accent would have saved him.
He's also tall and charming and handsome, which also, we got to experience.
And he's got a luscious beard.
Yeah. Great beard, great hair.
Yeah.
Great voice. So why don't we just get right into it? If I Were You with Rahul Kohli.
Jake and Amir is getting near completion, but speaking to a nation this weekend. By problems, everyday odds and ends when two friends picked up the mic and fix things. Check the mail and then get these ridiculous issues we need help with. So sit back, relax, and grab a snack. It's If I Were You. I know that I would be okay. I got the answers to the only thing you need. If I Were You.
I didn't know Linkin Park were fans of
It was Linkin Park.
Is that what it is?
I think that was I thought it was Beastie Boys at first, but then, and once the chorus kicked in, I realized.
It's Chester.
Oh, is that his name? Is that the guy with the fire tattoos?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That guy's name is David. I'm trying to find any more information about him, but now that
That's all, he's ungoogleable.
Yeah, he's lost forever. So thanks, David, for that. really epic theme song submission. Rahul Kohli. That's just how I pronounce your name. I don't know.
It's perfect. It's dead on.
You didn't.
Anyone
interview
would
him
think you were
before.
told how to do it.
Thank you for joining us. For this is a first for us in many ways.
Yes.
First British guest.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Right?
Well, Rose kind of counts, right? Because it all sounds the same.
Yeah.
As a
Yeah,
Kiwi.
accent-wise, you're not the first guest with a silly accent.
Yeah.
True.
You're the second guest that sounds stupid.
Well, British people just automatically sound smart.
Oh yeah, we're the ones.
Oh,
that sound
I'm going to
stupid.
smash that stereotype tonight.
No, it's too late. You're already
You
proving
already
us
said
right.
smash that stereotype,
Yeah.
and even that sounded kind of smart.
Oh,
At the
did
very
it?
least, charming.
Yeah, I think it's all James Bond related. Like, if James Bond was Southern, we'd all be like, "Oh wow, that's a really hot, sexy Southern accent you have, cowboy."
I had sort of like an old college humor video idea where James Bond isn't really good at Daniel Craig not knowing how to use his iPhone.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just something that because you never really see James Bond with a smartphone, really.
Right.
He seems like he would have an Android.
Well, he would have like some sort of state of the art, something like embedded into his wrist, or
right,
something
right.
like
But
that.
if he like uses the stylus wrong, his hand blows up.
yeah,
Well,
what
he only
happened?
uses whatever piece of crap Sony have just released, right? Because
It's the product placement. Yeah.
So he's always using
Oh,
some
yeah.
nonsense that no one but him really uses.
Yeah, and it's like an insert shot, somebody else's hand. Clearly, they have to like add it in the day before it comes out because that's how like close to the cutoff it needs to be.
Yeah.
The Galaxy S5, whatever. Do you have a Samsung? Sorry, I shouldn't be.
Oh no, I kind of float between my iPhone and my Samsung.
Good man.
I don't like being bullied by either side, so I thought I'd just give in to both.
Really?
Yeah.
I let Apple win a long time ago.
Oh, did you?
They have completed the takeover.
How bad does an iPhone have to be for you not to use it at this point?
I don't know. I hated buying the iPhone 6. I didn't want it. I couldn't stop myself from buying it.
Yeah.
I was like, it's too big. And even as I'm holding it, I'm like, I can't use it with one hand anymore. I'll
Wait, did you
drop
get the
it if
giant version?
No, I got the smallest one possible. That was also the new one.
Yeah.
Because I should have just stayed with the 5. I liked that one.
Now you should get the new one, which is the small body. This is such a waste of time.
It feels like an iPhone product placement. What talk about with the podcast is.
Well, first, Rahul, we met you through Rose.
Yes. Yeah.
You work on iZombie with her.
And I came to Vancouver and saw you guys perform live. She
That's
organised
right.
a trip for us, and we all came down and shit
Yeah.
ourselves and giggled, and then I was like, I want to be on their show.
Which is great. We were going to have Rose on today, and they were like, "Oh, why don't we just have Rahul on
Why don't you have
instead?"
the lead of the show?
Yeah,
Upgraded.
the emotional lead.
Roses. Oh yeah, I see her. She's outside the window. She's knocking. She's motioning that the door is locked.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I double locked it. Don't worry, she
Okay.
can't get in. She's gnawing on the knob, actually. She's trying to get in like a gopher.
She's burrowing through the
oh,
floor.
God. She's so strong.
fast. And she's in here. Fuck.
She's biting me. What do you know about Rose that we don't?
Oh. Well, did you do the marathon?
Oh, no.
That's a
I
good.
do know
Anything
that.
you want to know about Rose is how the marathon was approached, how we were all roped into it, how excited she was to do a marathon a week after we wrapped, and how none of us showed up.
Is she the only one that did it?
Yeah, and she killed. And in Rose style, she killed it. She did great.
She did it. She actually ran it.
She committed to it. I was the only one who was like, no, from day one. Like, I put up pictures of like people eating donuts, like, yeah, training's going well, because I wasn't going to do it.
Right.
And but everyone else, the kind of the American guys were really sweet and like, oh my god, yeah, I'll be there, like, that kind of thing.
And who bailed the latest? Who was like the person?
Oh, it was a mass one. So I bailed first, and then I don't think anyone showed.
Did anybody
And that's a mere included, by the way.
Yeah, I said I would maybe do the half with her. Didn't do it.
didn't do that?
But she ran the whole Oakland
She did
Marathon.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
And she had all these ice packs strapped to her legs and
Or
stuff
so
like
we
that.
think.
Damn. Oh,
Because nobody was there, actually.
No one was there, that's true.
Yeah.
Actually, the Oakland Marathon is until July. You
yeah,
guys
I'm
know
just
that,
looking
right?
it up right now.
There was no marathon in Oakland.
Yeah.
Holy shit, she staged.
And I can see the medal she's wearing is like a
Chocolate.
yeah,
it's Gelt.
it's Hanukkah gelt. It's I can see it's melting onto her shirt. So, Rahul, as you know, this is an advice podcast. We do our best to answer some emails. People are in sticky situations. Sometimes it's us. Sometimes we're here with a friend. Fortunately, you're here to grace us with your wisdom today.
We're the modern day Ricky Lakes.
Yeah. That's actually we should say that in our iTunes description.
Modern day Ricky Lake.
I think Ricky Lake is still on. Is that possible?
Is it?
Is that even an advice? I thought
is
that was
still-
just a talk show.
She also
Or
was
chat show, as they
Ricky
call
Lake
it.
was
Chat
so
show.
young. Do you guys remember how old do you think Ricky Lake was when she had her talk show?
I remember.
I'd say late 20s.
Yeah, I remember playing
She was
the
14.
Oh my God! You want to feel old? Zach Morris is 90 today. I remember playing the 58 game, trying to guess which celebrity's 58. And Ricky Lake was the worst guess. I don't know if I came up with it or somebody else did, but they were 21 years off. She's like 37.
Today she's 37?
No, like when we were playing it 2 years ago.
All right, let's see how old Ricky Lake is. Sorry, I'm going to look it up while you talk about the podcast.
All right, so I mean, I already.
Oh my God!
She's got, I'm gonna guess.
Everyone interrupt.
I'm gonna
oh
guess
my
40.
God!
You're already interrupting with like your phone signal noise.
Sorry about that. Here we go.
Look
Okay.
at that iPhone 6.
Yeah, enormous.
Age guess for Ricky Lake?
I'm gonna say I'm a borderline no. She's 40.
Okay. Guess?
I'd say 47, 48.
I'm going to guess 47 as well because I'm looking at it and it is 47.
Boom.
Wow.
Raul
I'll guess
nailed
a
it.
star sign as well. Why not? Libra.
I can tell you when her birthday is. Will you know?
Yeah.
September 21st.
Oh my God, that was close.
Is
She's a
it?
Virgo. I was like a few days off. That's crazy.
So excited that you were wrong.
Oh yeah, I was still wrong.
All right, so let's. We need some fake names to preserve these poor people's anonymity. Do you have a guy's name for us?
Oh, Deepak.
Deepak?
I always shoot for Deepak when I panic. It's the name of a relative I have that I really dislike.
Oh.
And I'm calling him out on this podcast.
I love
Fuck you,
that.
Deepak.
Why do you dislike him?
He's just a prick to me. He's always been a prick to me. And it winds us up. And even when I'm like, I was never working for years. And even when I got iZombie, he was still a prick.
Really?
He still found a way to cut me down after a headshot or something he saw.
Classic
Fuck
Deepak.
you, Deepak.
Well, hopefully, I mean, most of the people that write in are pretty terrible humans, so let's see.
This guy doesn't seem too terrible. But Deepak writes, a girl who I just started seeing told me that she feels uncomfortable that I keep treating her instead of going Dutch. This blew my mind. I felt bad letting her pay afterwards. I always assumed that going Dutch was for chumps after the relationships become more committed. Am I just too old-fashioned? When is it okay to go Dutch? And when should I treat a date? A concerned Padawan. Love, Deepak. Do you know going Dutch? Is that an American thing or is that
No,
universal?
that's paying halfway, right?
Yeah, that's
Going
right.
Dutch. Who are the Dutch?
Yeah.
I thought it used to be wearing 2 condoms for some reason. I think is that double Dutch? No, but that's skipping. I get confused with the terms.
Yeah, wearing 2 condoms. We used to just call it double backing, or you can call it.
What's the point of wearing 2
going
condoms?
Swedish.
Is that like
The
a?
Swedish are very careful people.
Is that to last longer or is it for more protection?
More protection, I'd imagine.
Got it.
Actually,
I don't think you'll last long. I mean, you just won't. I'm
You just
be
feel
surprised
nothing.
if you
Yeah,
finish at
people
all.
used to say like, oh, you had to double bag it if you're going with somebody who like sleeps around a lot. But actually, going double bagging it creates friction between the 2 condoms, and they're more likely to tear. So nobody should put 2 condoms.
Yeah, that's why we suggest the triple bag method. So top 2 tear, obviously, and then you're left with what the correct amount.
I've
which
always
is 1.
advocated 5 condoms, and
No, 5 is the ideal, obviously. Yeah, 5 is number 1. Best way to go is 5.
5 and a vasectomy.
Yes.
Is
Also
that's-
abstinence.
Oh, sure.
So you'll remove your dick, put it in 5 condoms.
If you will be a eunuch,
Yes.
So that's
Dickless.
no testicles.
No testicles,
Is being
1
a eunuch
dick.
no testicles, or no? I'm turning to Rahul like he's the authority.
Well,
like he's a eunuch.
Oxford Dictionary.
Sorry,
I thought it's no balls.
Yeah, eunuchs, no balls, they have the dick. Castration is that
No, I think that's
dick?
no balls too, isn't it?
no? All right, so what is it when you don't have a dick? Because that's what I've got.
A woman.
Yeah.
I've got balls, no dick,
I've got 4 balls, 2 dicks, 6 condoms.
but none of them are in the place that you would think.
Yeah, they're around your thumb. I see that.
Oh yeah,
That way you can finger someone
like
without
a really
getting them
dumb
pregnant.
ring that I have to wear all the time.
So going Dutch on a date. The theory is that like old-fashioned people like you should pay for the whole thing, and then like there's this new type of fashion which is like everything should be split because it's like men and women are equal. Like let's split this bill in an egalitarian way.
Right.
So what do? Do you err on the side of paying for the whole thing? Do you split? Do you go Dutch?
Well, when I take a buddy out, let's take relationships out of it. When I take a buddy out, or we go out for a work dinner or something, someone's always trying to pick up the whole check usually, and that's without trying to. I'm not trying to sleep with my co-stars.
Yet.
Just because I pick season 2, season 3, but like
spoiler,
it's just courtesy, right? I was always brought up like someone's trying to pick up the check and there's a big fight about who does it.
Right.
You end up splitting it anyway, and I think dates can kind of be like that. I if I've asked someone out or I'm going out on a date, I will try and pick up the check, but I'm also hoping for a fight about it.
Yeah.
If you just let me do it, then next time I'll if there is a next time. Right. I'm doing it to have a little, like, I want you to go, no, please, no, and pretend you're reaching for your handbag or whatever.
At least do that.
Yeah. But then I think Dutch, after a while, once you've gone out a lot, then I think it's fair to Dutch. The fact that you shouldn't be, you're literally feeding someone constantly. I think after a while you should be.
Right. It's kind of crazy to be on like year 5 of your relationship and you're just still paying for every meal. And
still waiting for the fight, but for the purse. But
in my experience, I've always like offered to treat for the first dinner, and I think it's always best, exactly what you're saying, like a little protest. You say, no, I want to get it, I got it. And if they protest again, then it's like, all right, hey, I'll back off. Like, and then, but if they don't, if they say thank you, then that's the correct thing to do. Always one act of protest.
Yeah.
And the person either acquiesces or like stands their ground.
This is like that rule, which I don't like. Do you guys do this? Like the you can't eat unless everyone has their food rule. You get food, I haven't gotten it yet. You can't eat it, and then I have to say you can eat it, and then you have to say no, I'll wait, or you say I'll eat it anyway.
The correct way to do that one is, as soon as my food comes, you say to me, "Please eat."
Yeah,
like, and that's the right thing to do because the food's hot, it's ready. You
and then do you eat? Is the courteous thing
always.
to eat?
You always. I think it's weird to be like, "No way."
Yeah, I'm waiting.
I would finish. That's the thing. Like, if there's enough time, will you finish and lick the plate?
Well, that's on the restaurant at that point. But yeah, I'll finish, send the plate back for seconds,
pay for the meal
to the chef. I'll order dessert sometimes
before they get their food.
I think I usually will start eating, but I'll take it a little easy. Pick at a fry, have a bite of the burger.
There's a lot of bullshit.
Some of the food.
There's a lot of bullshit theater you have to do at restaurants. I mean, the wine. We had this recently with the wine tasting. Like, I don't fucking know what wine I want.
And they
come over and he makes a massive deal about it. I sit there. I have to act like when I'm on a date, I know that this is a good year. This red one, whatever it is. Yeah, actually, more please.
I heard something too. I think Gary Vaynerchuk, the wine guy, told us that like by the time you've chosen the wine and they come and they pour it for you, you're not tasting it to say like, yes, I like it. The only reason they pour a little bit is you're supposed to smell it and make sure the grapes haven't gone bad. Like if the wine is actually spoiled, then they.
I still don't think I'd know.
But you've already made the decision.
I saw somebody pour ketchup into a wine glass and you sipped it and you're like, this is great.
You spun it around.
It was A1 steak sauce.
They don't do it with anything else. You don't do that with the Coke to make sure it's flat. You don't do that with like, you know what I mean? So I always find it just this big bullshit thing where we have to buy into this performance that, we all know what we're doing.
It's all this really weird dance. And I think that's like the goal of all of it is to just make sure that people aren't stumbling too much.
Yeah.
So like you offer to pay and somebody says no, you say, no, I got it. And then like it's over. But if you offer to pay and someone says, no, I really want to pay. And like, no, I got it. And like, no, I'd really like to pay.
Yeah.
You can't, again, be like, no, and I would love to treat you.
Yeah,
well, I don't allow that. Then it's like, then the dance gets fucked up.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit of back
gentle foreplay, restaurant foreplay.
Exactly. And I think sorry, go ahead.
No, you. Please.
I don't want to.
God forbid I speak.
Oh, come on.
Oh, no, I mean, you listen to the show. It's a fucking steamroller over here.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, I had to say that I had to go to the bathroom. What were you actually about to say?
I honestly forget.
Okay, great. I don't like rules like the food thing that end up in like it's you're being polite, I'm being polite, and then we end up in the same place where we started. Mm-hmm. So like I get the food. You have to say, you can eat. I have to say, no, I don't want to. You have to say, you can eat, and then I eat. I'm just going to, let's skip those steps. I'm just going to start eating in front of you. Right.
If the food comes and you don't even like acknowledge that I haven't gotten my food and you start chowing down, I'm like, I'm going to tell you to eat, you know?
Right. But why do I have to fucking wait for the green light? Let me just drive.
Well, because you have to wait for the green light on the road. You have to wait for a green light.
But right now it's an intersection.
I think it's on me. It's rude if I don't say you can eat, and then you can eat, and then like, you know, hey, fuck me. but it's on the person who doesn't have the food to immediately say, "You eat."
It's all about acknowledgement. All of these dining rules and they're all acknowledgement, right? Like,
it's true.
It's paying for it, but you're going to pay, but they're acknowledging that you're paying, rather than just sitting there looking in, like, how, you know. And the same goes with the
acknowledgement
food.
is 100% correct.
That's all it is.
So this is what I do. I
dine and dash every date that I've ever been on.
I will never go on a date because I don't want to deal with this thing. No, what I do is I'll be like, oh, let me get dinner. You can get whatever, like the next thing.
2 condoms.
Yeah, you can get 2 condoms. I get the dinner and then I get to wear 2 condoms later. Or like I get the dinner and then we'll go get frozen yogurt. You can buy that.
You can buy that or a drink afterwards.
Yeah,
or something
and
like
that feels like an extra. Like it doesn't feel tangible to me if somebody pays for half a meal because that's just electronic money going up or down. But if I can get a free frozen yogurt out of this meal that I'm giving someone, that feels like more of a win.
Yogurt was the price of dinner,
right? But like it feels like a little treat that I got for paying for the dinner.
They call that going Jew.
I'm going Jew with her. And then if we don't go out for frozen yogurt, I say just send me a gift in the mail. So here's my address, or like
book an Uber on their account.
Yeah. You call the car.
That is an interesting theory because it also prolongs the date. It's sort of like that's like a little bit of a game, you know. Let me get dinner, and why don't you get? We'll go get ice cream.
That's funny.
What if I don't want ice cream? No, I want to go home immediately.
We just split a cheesecake. I don't want to now go get ice cream with you.
Has the dating kind of game changed? Like, I mean, I don't remember just going for dinner. Like, do you know what I mean? It always starts either a bar for, or you go bar later, or there's dinner.
Dinner is on a date is like that's going to dinner with somebody is like I better be in love with that person. That's year 2.
You've spoken about how you hate dinner dates.
Dinner dates.
Really?
They're awful. I am a shame eater, so like I don't want people to see what I eat. It's just like pouring ketchup over everything, shoveling food into my mouth.
It's because that's when you look the worst.
Yeah, eating's not sexy for me. I'm not a sexy eater.
Especially for bearded gents like us.
Oh, God.
There's always some shit in there.
But you cannot eat a sandwich on a date if you have a beard.
No.
It's just, it's all in the mustache.
You've showed up like at 6:30 p.m. on like a dinner date and be like, oh, I've already had a huge lunch. I can't eat right
Anytime anybody's ever asked me to order food, I say I'm not.
Even if you're starving.
Yeah,
then you'll run to the bathroom and take a gas station sandwich out of your pocket and shovel it in your mouth.
It was like just before we were leaving New York, and I had a date, and I didn't have time to eat, so I just went into that pizza place, and I got 2 croissants.
And you shoveled them into your mouth.
I ate one immediately, then I put one in my pocket to like eat quietly on the date, like in the bathroom.
Yeah, and then when you go to pay, you take out your wallet, and there's a little croissant in there. Like, oh, don't mind if I chew.
Barter with croissants.
So what do you suggest? When is it okay to go Dutch? When should I treat a date? Do you say always just offer to treat?
I'd say, so let's say if there were 5 dates, if he goes on 5, I'd say pay for the first 1 or 2. If she puts up a fight immediately, then yeah, you can, the next one, if you know she's going to do that, then by 2, 3, 4, you could say, well, why don't we split it?
Right.
That's the compromise, rather than you pay, the compromise can be, well, let's split it.
I guess the hope is that she's always saying like, oh, let's split it. And you say no the first few times, and then maybe like date 3 or 4, you're like, sure.
Because I hate Deepak, though, I'm hoping she just sits there dead silent every time the check comes, just looking at him.
Do you want to
staring
split
at him?
No. No, I wanted a free meal, actually.
Doesn't it also depend, like, how much money they have? Like, don't you always, like, has to see a W-2 or a 1099?
Oh, yeah. That's interesting.
That way you can get their tax record. If they're, like, actually poverty-stricken, you can be like, it's probably my obligation to pay for this.
I'm more of a fan of, like, you get the next one rather than splitting.
Yeah.
So, like, and then if they remember, they say like, oh, you got last dinner, you said I could get this one. Then I'm like, okay. I think there's something gentlemanly about not putting up too much of a fight. Like, you look like a wiener if you're like, no, I really would like to pay. So you say, no, you get the next dinner. Then she does, and you say, come on, let's at least split it. And then she says, no. Or, yes. If she does, then you write her off forever.
It really is a cat and mouse.
You should go to those places. This was always one we used to do when we were younger. You go to places where you pay for the food up front. So you stand at the till. So it's a line.
Right.
And you end up, so if you're on a date, you go single file, you've boxed her out.
Yeah.
You order, and you collect your receipt, and then you just stand by her side, and now she's forced to pay for her side of the meal. You've gone Dutch, she didn't even know.
Game over. You win that round.
One option is to offer to pay, the other one is to full-on box her out. But she's out there trying to get in so she can get in on the free meal.
order, yeah, and you just no.
Yeah, she doesn't even eat.
Denied. She got stuffed in more ways than one.
Nice, dude.
I meant stuffed by food, not by your dick.
Gotcha. Nice, dude.
You never know.
All right. Let's get to another question. This one is written by a female, if you can imagine.
Wow.
Is your phone on airplane mode, by the way?
You know what? I turned it off when I looked up Ricky Lake, and I didn't turn it back. You guys wanted to check out Maury Povich's age?
Oh, it's definitely in the 70s at this point,
Really?
right? Maury Povich?
Maury Povich age. I'm going to look it up. You have a guess for Maury Povich?
Oh, 68.
I'm going
68?
over 71.
I was going to say 72.
Oh, God, I went too low. I lowballed.
But maybe.
Okay, he's a Capricorn. I panicked.
Well, first of all, you guys know he's dead.
Wow.
Amazing.
That's actually not true.
He's 77, and he's alive.
Wow, that's nice.
He's
10
also
years old.
he is definitely he's a Libra.
What's a Libra?
January 17th.
Is that really?
No, it's not. What is it? What's a Libra?
What is he?
Sorry, January 17th.
He's a Capricorn.
That's me.
Capricorn. Oh yeah, I should have known that.
Dude, I just fucking guessed his
Oh,
star
you
sign.
did guess Capricorn.
That's amazing. And you were really close on the last one too.
Jeez.
He was born in 1939.
Jesus.
That's kind of crazy.
He was born in a
During the-
concentration camp.
Oh, come on.
What? He was a ghetto baby.
You guys want to guess Jerry Springer's age?
Nah, I think we should just
Right,
get back
transition.
to the show. Yeah.
For the next transition.
Between every question.
Do you have a female's name?
No.
Great. No, right. No one's ever taken a knee before. I love it.
No, the name suggestion was no.
Oh, got it. How do you spell that?
Neaux. That'll do.
No, she's French.
Yo, writes. This is my third frickin' email, and this time I really need your help. A little backstory. I have a really hard time not banging guys immediately after I meet them. Honestly, even if they're not my type, as long as they're hot, I'll just do it for fun. Heh. This hasn't always worked. This hasn't always worked out for me, and despite being taught lesson after lesson to not fuck every guy who's attractive, I keep seizing my cheese. So here's the story. I hung out with this guy from work a couple weeks ago. Night one, we went out for $4 PBR pictures and went back to my apartment to smoke weed. Obviously a great time, funny guy, whatever. Night two, he came over to smoke, and things got a little XXX rated. Now, I told him that on the first night that I was seeing two other guys, and since then I've become kind of serious with one of them. I don't really want to mess things up with my current guy, as he's really nice, and I do genuinely like him, but I really like this work friend as a friend. We have a lot of fun together, lots of laughs, etc. So here's my question. Is it possible to stay friends with someone after you've banged? Is there any going back from the choice and moving towards just being friends? He has tried to hang out a couple times since, but I was actually busy both times, and since then has pretty much stopped hitting me up. I'm chatting with him right now, trying to rekindle this friendship, but I don't want to be mean and lead him on, thinking that I want to keep fucking when I'm actually seeing somebody else. Thank you in advance. Love the show. P.S. Jake, I think we're soulmates. Let me know if you ever want to party if you all come to Atlanta for a live show. Lots of love. I'm Jewish, so happy Passover, because that's coming up. Love, Neo.
No.
Yeah. So oftentimes we get questions that like, oh, we should say that for a female guest because it's like a female-related question. This girl's asking a dude question.
Dude advice.
So we're dudes.
By the way, every guy is like this girl.
Which is what?
Just wants to fuck everyone and then
Yeah,
be
it's
friends
interesting.
with them, and like I only want to fuck. Like I want to fuck everyone who's attractive.
It's cool to
What
have
do
a
I do?
girl-
I can't stop doing that.
Yeah. It's fun to have a female say that.
Yeah. We have a lot in common. Maybe we are soulmates.
How about that specific question? Is it possible to stay friends with someone after you've banged? Have you ever banged and then become friends?
The problem isn't that she's like, it might be possible for her, but it's not necessarily possible for him. Like if he went on 2 dates with her and they fucked and he's trying to hang out with her more, he's not trying to be her friend right now. He wants to date her.
Yeah.
So I don't think that she can like seamlessly make this transition without at least talking to him about it, and he might not feel like being your friend. The end.
I agree. It has to be. I think it is possible to be friends after sex, but it has to be completely mutually
Right.
Like you both have to be like, yeah, we're not doing that again.
Right.
But let's hang out.
Has that ever happened though?
I think so.
Like a one night
But
stand.
9 times out of 10, when someone like usually if it's not a terribly uncomfortable situation, I always find that usually one person's kind of like, I don't want to go there, but I kind of liked you enough to hang out anyway. It's only the kind of, I guess what makes it difficult is when it's never really both parties feel that way. But I think it's possible to be friends with someone after you banged. I think it might be even easier for some people.
I've had sex with almost all of my friends.
Yeah, but they were friends first.
What do you
Can you imagine befriending someone that you've only had sex with?
Well, they were work buddies. Then they fucked. Sorry, what's your question? Can I imagine being friends with somebody
Let's say you slept with somebody on the first or second time that you've ever seen them.
Yeah.
And then they're like, I don't want to sleep with you anymore, but we should just be friends.
Well, isn't this a scenario where I'm saying that to them?
No, let's say you're the guy and she's the girl. So a girl's saying that to you. I liked sleeping with you, but now I just want to be friends with you.
I guess I would probably be like, well, I have a lot of friends. so we're good.
I'm in it just for the sex part, actually. That's the thing that I like.
Yeah.
Not so much the hanging out before and after.
The problem here is that it's always going to, especially unfortunately with dudes, it's going to take a huge ego hit. Because everyone thinks that they've got that dope dick.
Yeah.
I listen to rap, that's what it is, right? And that everyone's turned out after they've had sex with them. So when someo's like, oh, no, well, let's go see Jungle Book together. You're only going to be like, I didn't do my job properly.
True. Especially if you if the date before you had
Book.
sex and they're like, all right, actually, I definitely know I like this other guy more. Like,
Yeah. But
All right.
I'm still down to go see a movie with you or a play. Yeah, who would you want to
And
do
then
that?
do you go Dutch?
Yeah.
Going back to that. If you've had
you
sex
start
and now she
saving
wants to be
money.
a friend, do you go back to going Dutch?
No, I definitely not.
Now she pays.
She owes me cash for what she's done to me. This 180. Yeah, that's true. It is a huge ego hit.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. I think it's possible to be friends with somebody after you've had sex, but I don't know how soon after. And also, I don't know if it sounds like she's the kind of person that needs a lot of male friends, especially if she is trying to give this relationship a shot.
Right.
To want to keep on hanging out with somebody that she had sex with.
I don't have any female friends. That doesn't happen anymore. Like, a girl doesn't chat me up. I'm already starting to talk like you. A girl doesn't chat me up, and then we just hang out, and now we're friends. And
No,
there's no romantic interest anymore.
Most friends that I had with female were people who didn't fancy me back. But I just didn't want to cut them completely
that's how you make
loose.
girlfriends. It's like you have a crush on somebody who doesn't like you. And
Yeah.
all right.
I had a solution for her, and I think because of the ego and stuff, I think she has to just keep sleeping with him as friends. So but then she can keep taking it back a little bit.
Oh.
So at first it was full frontal
Triple
penetration,
X.
Yeah.
everything. Scale it back until the point where it's just a hand job.
It's a total fadeaway.
Yeah,
That's
and
really
then they're
interesting.
friends, no more sex. He's already might be wanting someone else.
Oh,
they
that's
can
good.
hang out. So she still has to just grin and bear it and do another 6 or 7 sessions.
Yeah, you don't cut them off, you fade out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the
Weed 'em off.
crossfade, and then hopefully it starts
It's so
transitions
strange for
to a new
this guy
scene.
when he's just getting to second base. Yeah. All right.
We hung out, but I think I just felt her up, which is kind of interesting.
Over the bra, too.
Jesus.
And last week, she let me unhook the bra. I don't get it.
It was awesome.
But I think that might result in him liking you a lot. Because,
Because you're technically drawing.
oh, dude, I would be so fucking confused and enamored by that.
I can't do this. I can't do it. I can't sleep with you. It's but we already have.
Yeah, what a mystery.
But why? You want to... she also sent her phone number in case we ever do a live show in Atlanta.
Oh, tight.
Because she says that you guys are soulmates.
Yeah. It's funny that she's like, I want to give this other relationship a chance. Also, Jake, text me if you come to Atlanta.
I want to give it a
just
chance.
want to be my friend?
Yeah, I think she just wants to hang out with you.
Ah, good. That makes sense.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back with more questions after these messages. Trunk Club, I don't need no introduction. Woo! Trunk Club, I don't need no introduction. Woo! This episode is brought to you by MeUndies.com.
Whoa.
No, it's
Curveball.
Trunk Club. It is Trunk Club. Trunk Club, Trunk Club, Trunk Club, Trunk Club. What is Trunk Club? It's basically having a free personal stylist.
Yeah, because, you might have an interest in dressing better, but you might not necessarily know exactly how to go about doing that.
That's right. There are two types of men out there, guys who love shopping for clothes but are short on time, and those of you who straight up hate it. Either way, listen up. You can get clothes that fit perfectly and look amazing without ever stepping into a store again. And that's Trunk Club.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy. You go to their website. You tell them what kind of style you have. So go to trunkclub.com/ifiwereyou. Type in your measurements, share your likes and dislikes, and then you get your very own personal stylist. They'll pick clothes from 80 top brands and ship them right to your door. So they're not like working for a specific designer. They work across many designers. They send you a bunch of stuff that they love. You keep what you like. You send back what you don't, and it's easy to send it back. It already comes in a box. You just put it back in the box and give it to a UPS guy.
Easy enough.
And Trunk Club is not just shopping online. It's an actual human stylist that takes the time to understand your look. And we actually went into their store in LA.
Yeah, we've been there twice.
You can expedite this whole process. If you live in Dallas, New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, DC, they have a Trunk Club clubhouse. It's actually really awesome. It's in Culver City, but it looks like a super cool Williamsburg hotspot.
Yeah, it's like an airport hangar that's just filled with cool clothes and like nice furniture.
Cool people.
Yeah, folks.
Trunk Club is not a subscription service. Okay, you get your own personal stylist. Shipping is always free, and you have 10 days to try on the clothes, risk-free. Why don't you upgrade your shit for a bit and check them out?
Yeah, everybody that's about to start a new job, everybody that just moved into a new neighborhood, why don't you step it up?
Or you could be like us, where we're like, oh, I haven't bought clothes in 18 months. I gotta get a new favorite shirt. Yeah. I have to get new jeans.
We do. And you know what? I left Trunk Club with a new favorite shirt.
And new favorite jeans. So you can get started
I'm wearing
today.
those jeans right now.
At trunkclub.com/ifiwereyou. That's all one word. Trunkclub.com/ifiwereyou. Juggler, I don't need no introduction. Woo! I forgot to mention earlier that things got real. I want to just affirm that they did get real.
Right, because we wouldn't want anybody to think that was a slight on Rahul.
No, yeah, and that they will continue to get real right now.
Yeah, this is actually maybe when things get the realest.
Yeah. Whoop! And we're back.
A couple interesting facts about Jerry Springer, starting with his age.
I'm going to say 83.
Whoa, what do you say?
Oh, he's been around for years.
Yeah.
I'm going to give him Maury's age because I was wrong.
77.
So 77, 78.
Okay.
And I will guess Libra for this one.
Really?
No, Leo. Why not? We'll switch it up.
Leo. I'll tell you he was born in February 13th, so he's not a Leo.
Okay.
What does that make him?
Aquarius.
Another interesting fact. He was born in the United Kingdom.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wasn't he the mayor of Cincinnati?
Yeah.
You can.
He was.
That
He was the mayor
means
of
I could be a
Cincinnati.
mayor.
of fucking
You're
Cincinnati.
allowed to be the mayor. Yeah, you just can't be the president. But even then, there's like some kind of.
And what's his age?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Holy shit! What a fucking cliffhanger.
He's 72.
Oh, he's younger.
than Maury.
Yeah.
Dang.
Montel is young
Montel's
as
not-
well. He's 69. We're not going to play the game anymore.
He follows me on Twitter for some...
Montel
What?
Williams?
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was random.
Hey, don't sell yourself short, man. I'm sure it's not random.
He's a big fan, whatever.
Let
I
him
didn't
know you
wanna-
can guess his sign.
Montel.
Yeah.
If he follows me, he's a Cancer.
Isn't there a new sign? They just made a new
Is
one.
there a new one?
Isn't there?
No.
I thought they made a new sign recently. It was like, actually, there's no more Capricorn. They split it up into two. Am I making that up?
I thought that there was something where I thought I wasn't a Leo anymore.
Yeah.
Something happened.
You would know more than us.
Apparently.
Yeah,
All of
no?
a sudden I'm this astrologist.
I mean, the fact that you can hear a month and know what the sign is makes you I think you're a fortune teller now.
Well, you know what? I didn't have sex until I was 20. There's a long period of just reading and studying.
Yeah, horoscopes.
And horoscopes.
And that
and
was
looking
your
at my
ticket in.
crush and looking for which which book said we were compatible.
Oh. I mean, I remember I used to read the horoscopes in my sister's Cosmopolitan.
Yeah.
I used to do that. But I was fucking the entire time.
You gotta
Just
believe
crush
that.
it, puss.
Tell me a little bit about iZombie. It's currently in its second season.
We just had our finale about a week or two ago.
Oh, so the second season's already fully aired.
All done.
And you guys
All done.
have recently gotten greenlit for a third season.
Yeah, so we were picked up for a third season while still filming our second.
Oh, man, that's
So
exciting.
we felt like The Walking Dead or something, you know what I mean?
that's so
We were
great.
showing off. We bought loads of unnecessary stuff. I've got a parrot and a Lamborghini
have a parrot?
and shit.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, why not, man?
A parrot and a Lamborghini.
I got my grill done, ice in my teeth.
I feel like two of those things are so expensive, and then the parrot is just.
Yeah.
I mean, how much could that?
That's
be?
just flamboyant for the sake of and I
that's
fucking
pirate
hate
chic.
pets and animals anyway.
And it is loud.
The parrot sits shotgun in the Lambo. Also has a grill.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're back in the summer to shoot season 3.
Shoot in Vancouver.
Shoot in Vancouver.
Rose McIver.
No, McGowan's going to be taking over.
That's amazing.
Whoa.
What an upgrade.
Are you
Holy
serious?
shit.
McGowan?
There is a weird coincidence. I don't know if this is something no one knows. I think her wig, one of them didn't fit because someone made a mistake and it's fit for Rose McGowan's head.
Really?
Yeah, and that's why she was constantly complaining it was too tight. Does Rose have a bigger head than Rose? I don't know, but there was a size.
We have to know who has the bigger head. How long? Wait, is this like your biggest thing that you've done, or
It's my only thing.
this is it?
Yeah,
So how long were you hustling before?
10 years.
10 years.
10 years. Yeah.
Man, like, were you coming close to a point of being like,
Oh, I was
fuck
joking.
this, I'm done.
Yeah,
I
right.
don't want to act anymore.
Oh, definitely.
Deepak is just telling you.
Yeah,
this
Deepak
is
was
not
loving it.
happening.
Fucking prick. No, so like, I went to drama school at 18. I think I got out at 20, 21 or something like that. And then iZombie didn't happen until 28. So for those years, I mean, I was just I did all right in the commercial world. Like, I did add like commercials for stuff.
In England.
Yeah, beers and things like that. But no one would give me a speaking role.
Because of your funny,
Funny
talking
accent.
way.
Yeah. And like I was always, and I was also because I was too big. I was 6'4" at 14. So when I was
Holy
in my
shit.
early 20s,
And you're 8'3" now.
Yeah.
Amazing.
and I'm still going.
It's a
This is so cool. Rolo's swallowing the microphone like a little Tylenol pill.
We're all sitting on top of Rahul because he takes up the entire room.
He's like Clifford, the big red dog.
We're on each of his knees.
He's growing right now. You're still
it's happening.
growing.
Busting through the window.
But yeah, so like even as a kid, I couldn't play my age
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
for years. So I think once I got older, everything kind of worked out.
I've heard recently that like it's a lot harder for like to get a role as a man 21 through 27. Like people just don't really get cast.
Yeah,
at those ages.
it's a much later thing for male actors. Like John Hamm didn't. Like, I think Mad Men happened in his mid-30s.
Oh, right.
Ford for Han Solo happened in his mid-30s.
It's pretty crazy that
Yeah.
you have to like endure so many years of reject. Like, did you come close to a lot of things too?
Oh yeah, I was always like there was jobs where I was down to the last 2 and all of that nonsense.
Didn't you also say you got this role on tape? You didn't even audition? You just sent one tape and they're like, all right, you're in.
something like that? Yeah,
That's
it was.
crazy.
I was put on tape. They couldn't find who they wanted in America. They checked Canada, and then they opened it up to the UK. So people from the UK were sending tapes over, and yeah, off a tape they cast
Wow.
me. They were desperate as fuck. It's amazing to do that.
So like that. Did you even ever go in front of the producers or
No,
the director?
never. No screening, no network.
So
never
they
met
just
anyone.
like said yes off the tape. You're
Yeah.
on a plane and then you're on set
Yeah.
and they're like, I hope this fucking
Yeah, and they
I
were
wanna see
really
that
scared.
tape.
They were really scared because everything had worked and they met all the cast and they clicked and there was this anomaly, this English actor coming over who's just going to be a prick.
Yeah.
And they didn't realize I was 6'4"
Oh man.
until the day before we started filming, and I met the producers and they were like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, you're
and
like a
Rose
foot
is,
taller than
Rose is
Rose.
tiny, and like actors in general aren't big. So there was a
Right.
lot. Everyone had to have heels, and they had to shoot it like Lord of the Rings, so people were close to the
Perspective,
camera.
yeah. You're always in the background yelling
Always.
at people. Yeah.
That's so funny.
It looks like you're standing on a
I
table.
have to
You're
use
so
bigger
small.
mugs.
Yeah.
Sit on massive chairs.
It's all a perspective game.
You're Gandalf.
Cool. Should we try to answer a few more questions?
Definitely.
Can you talk like an American? Can you do that? Is that part of your acting wheelhouse?
That was the best.
That was the
That was
best.
pretty good. Because on the show, you have that accent.
Definitely.
You have an English accent on the show.
Yeah. I
You
get
don't
it.
have to do that. You don't have to do the Rose thing where it's like you have to pretend you're from America.
Oh no. She does it so well.
Do you remember one of the first times we ever met Rose? She was living below us and she was like running sides for an audition. And living in LA, you're like, oh, everybody's an actor, and we like. It's just really depressing sometimes when you meet somebody who's a shitty actor, and like we didn't know anything about her, and we're like, oh yeah, we'll help you run these lines. Like, oh man, this is going to be a disaster. And she came up and she just did this amazing American accent for like some crime drama.
Yeah.
And I remember like, oh, you're actually good.
I was crying.
Well, yeah. Want to feel good about yourself? Never fucking put Rose on tape. I do it in Vancouver. I seem to read with her a lot for some reason. We tend to just do her tapes, and she just crushes every single one and just makes you feel so talentless.
Well, she's like a real actor.
Oh, yeah,
That's the
she's
difference.
legit.
Yeah,
her
she's
first role,
legit.
she was on piano when she was a baby.
Right.
Or something like that. It's
We're just
crazy.
like comedy people. Like Jake and I, like, all right, I hope I can memorize the words right. Isn't that what it is to be an actor? You say the words
For
right.
us, it's memorizing the words and
Yeah.
saying them funny.
For Rose, like, okay, that's the beginning, and now who's my character, and how do I like translate that to the
how would
screen?
my character react to this?
Yeah, and
I
then
just
also,
think if you furrow your brows when someone speaks,
oh, that's good.
That's
it's like you're really thinking about what's going on.
do you remember the guy, Matt Walton, right? He's the guy that played our boss in the
Yeah.
Jake and Amir Fired thing.
Uh-huh.
He was saying, he gave me a really quick acting lesson because this was the first time I was acting in anything that wasn't like a 2-minute internet sketch.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, imagine you're being chased by a bear. Like, how are you acting? And I was like, I'm running, I'm screaming, I'm scared. He's like, or he said you were locked in a room with a bear, right? I'm like, I would be afraid. I'm cowering. I'm afraid of a bear. And he's like, no, you're looking for the way out. You have to be like, you're concentrated. You're thinking like, how do I get away?
Oh.
I didn't think about like my character's motivation
Right.
of being like, get me out of the room with the bear. All I was thinking is like, my character in this moment is like,
I'm screaming, my hands are in the air, and I don't know what to do.
and action, and I get mauled by a bear.
That was an awesome commercial, by the way. Where you get fucking destroyed by a bear.
Yeah, that's acting.
All right. Female name.
Oh, Regina.
Regina? That makes sense.
No and Regina.
Regina writes, Hi, I'm Regina, a senior in high school. Gross, I know. So, into the story. I have a smallish circle of close friends, and this past fall, one of my longtime second-tier friends joined our group. Anyway, I've known this guy for forever and never felt sexually attracted to him ever. Actually, I found him quite gross in the past and have been concerned about his oral hygiene. He's kind of a hopeless puppy dog we took in. I've always had a soft spot for him and made sure to include him in our plans. But here's the interesting part. I had a sex dream about him a few weeks ago, and I enjoyed it. This freaked me out, and has completely changed how I see him. The day after this dream, I had a hard time looking him in the eye, but I found myself staring at him. The food I usually noticed in his teeth had disappeared. So some time passed, and I slowly got over the awkward sexual feats. I basically forgot about it. Then he invites me to go to the beach with him and another friend of ours and offers to drive. And for some reason, once I get into this car, I'm a hornbag, and I have an extremely hard job keeping it in my pants. I'm very glad that our other friend was there, or else I probably would have jumped him. This was over spring break, and now back at school, I don't know what to do. The weird sexual tension is back. I can't see a way we would casually mess around without my other friends finding out. I sound like such a horrible person, but I know they would judge me, and I don't know if I have enough energy to stand up for this dweeb I've been hooking up with. So please help me on this possible sexual adventure. Thanks, love. Regina.
Regina.
I love it. This question's great.
Doesn't this
it's
sound
amazing.
like the guy wrote it in like a fantasy land? He's like, there's this guy that I don't really like, but recently I've been kind of attracted to him.
I had dreams of him.
Yeah, and now I want to fuck him a
all
lot.
of his
It sounds
unattractive
like a
qualities
dude wrote
have
it.
vanished.
It sounds like it with the keep it in my pants. I never really hear girls say that.
Yeah.
Like, keep what? Your vagina?
This guy's
It
like,
does have to come out to
It
have
does have
sex.
to come out, but yeah.
you know the secret where you put something out in the world and you hope it happens? So my theory is this guy wrote this about the girl, and like, yeah, what if she had a hard time wanting to fuck me and she doesn't know and she's so conflicted about it?
But then this fucker knows he has food in his teeth.
yeah.
It's just
So he
like,
won't
the
fix
food
it, he'll-
vanished. Like maybe he just brushed his teeth on one day. Like that's. I just like. I love sex dreams. They change everything.
They do.
They really make people that you would never be. You just get so curious.
Oh, interesting.
I think sex dreams are like maybe the key to the universe.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like my mom must have had a sex dream about my dad because otherwise, my dad is this guy.
He's a mushroom man.
My father is he's moss.
He's a stool.
He's a shrub. My dad is he's a shrub, and my mother is like a woodland fairy pixie, perfect woman.
She's a model.
Yeah, a mommal.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sex dreams had him.
Oh yeah, and it's usually for me it's I'm trying not to make eye contact with my girlfriend. It's usually with
She's
my
getting
girlfriend's
closer and closer to
mum.
you. She's got a knife.
I don't see her.
It's usually with like it always happened with colleagues.
Oh, like you have.
Like it'd be someone at work who I couldn't take, like I couldn't stand, and then we do some shit in my dream.
It's always somebody that you don't on the like daily have sexual fantasies about. It's somebody that like sort of is like deep inside your subconscious.
Yes, and it's always good.
Yeah,
it's
Because
always
it's your
really
dream.
good.
Because it's your dream. You
And
could
it's
do
such-
anything you want.
And it's such a release too. I think that like I've always had the weirdest wet dreams. There was one that I can remember where this total nerd from my high school.
Blew me.
It was even less interesting than that. She was there.
Oh,
and
a
she
female
told me,
nerd.
Yeah, oh yeah. She was like a real nerd, and like I was not attracted to her, but she was there, and she told me to put my dick in a fence.
Whoa.
And I put my dick in a fence, and it felt so good. And then I came, and it was wet. I mean,
So
yeah.
you didn't have a sex dream about a nerd. You had it about a fence.
Yeah, you
and
fucked
I
a
think, and I
fence.
still now to this day I love porn where like some weird like femdom domination where a girl tells me what to do.
Was it like a picket wooden fence or like the gate, like a chain link
it was
gate?
a wooden fence that had a little hole in it, like a
glory
like a
hole.
knot. Yeah, exactly.
a little knot in the wood, painted white, or are we talking natural?
It was all natural.
Really,
My dick,
dude?
Yeah, barely fit in
Yeah.
the hole.
I saw your recent porn search. It was big natural ... fences.
Yeah.
It's so cool, and that's when you took up fencing, right?
I never had a wet dream.
Never in your whole life.
Yeah, that was one of the weird. Like I never had one. That skipped.
Wow.
I skipped
Really?
that.
I had
Did you
wet.
start jerking off? Like, were you just?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
That makes sense.
Prematurely.
When if you're early to some people, like I know you had a wet dream before you started masturbating.
That's right.
I started masturbating before I had wet dreams.
But you still had one even though you were masturbating.
Yeah, because like every once in a while, if I would try to do things where like I gave up masturbating for 2 weeks. There was one time
For
where
12 hours.
I was dating a girl. The worst thing in the world is when you have a wet dream sleeping next to your girlfriend, which has happened to me twice.
Wow.
And it's like I know that I'm having a bad sex life, and I have to get out of that relationship.
Was it her in your dream or somebody else? It was a fence.
It was the fence.
It was a fucking door.
Always cheating on my loved ones with the fence. How many wet dreams would you say you've had in your life?
Oh, tons. Literally 2,000 pounds worth. Just so many.
Yeah, you had to throw away a mattress that was just caked through with semen.
Like, have you ever seen that Hawaiian Punch commercial where they open a door and a guy surfs out on this wave
a
of red?
deluge.
Yeah, it is. It is overcoming. It is absolutely a tidal wave of semen.
So that's just one wet dream, but it was just empty.
was so
You were
much.
flat in
Yeah.
the morning.
See, because I was such a big fat virgin when I was growing up, and I was just so removed from the dating world. Like, I didn't have a kiss until I was like 18, 19.
Oh, wow.
So what was happening was during my sex dreams as a kid, I would get so excited that it was about to happen, I'd wake myself up. I remember that. Like, it would be that girl from school,
Yeah.
and she'd unbutton her school shirt or whatever, and I'd be like,
Last
and
button,
I'd
you're
literally
just
wake
like,
up.
I've been there too.
Yeah.
Man, that's so sad when that happens. You get so excited.
Do you remember who your first sex dream was with? Was it an actress? Was it a person you
It was a
know?
girl at school.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Your first sex dream?
Yeah, and we're friends on Facebook, so I won't say her name because I'll probably post this on Facebook, and then
And then everyone's going to read it.
Well, she might. Because maybe she was having sex dreams about you. Maybe
I
you should
wouldn't
say
have thought so. Definitely not.
Mine was with Robin Givens, who was a character on ABC's Head of the Class. She's this African-American actress. She's 51 years old now. I feel like I should
What's her
tweet
sign?
at her.
Go tell us. I'm gonna guess.
Taurus.
Oh, I was gonna say Taurus, but I'll say Sagittarius.
Her car is a Taurus, but she's actually... What's November 27th?
Sagittarius.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Hurwitz.
For the epic win.
1 for 1, batting 1,000.
Did you ever have sex dreams about actresses, or was it mostly people that you knew?
My first sex dream was I was in a pool. I've never told this to anybody. This is so crazy. I'm gonna tell
Maybe
it
you
to-
shouldn't do it.
You're right. This is going to replace my virginity story.
This is too special.
My first sex dream. I was in a pool with Tiffany Amber Thiessen and
so
Mark
hot.
Gosler.
Whoa, Zach Morris was there
And-
too.
Yeah, and somebody, I want to say it was Screech, but I bet it wasn't. But it was like, you have a choice. Like, you get to have sex with either Zach or Kelly. And I thank God I chose Kelly.
That was the fucking difference, dude.
But like in a dream, you really never know what way
you don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah.
Because like you don't know yourself in a dream. And even like also, what if I had chose Tiffany and they're like, all right, well it's opposite day, and now you're getting fucked by Jack.
It was worth it just for the opportunity, sir.
But then I had sex with Tiffany Amber Thiessen in this dream.
Oh,
It was
wow.
the best. I think to this day is the best sex I've ever had, next to the fence.
Yeah. Number 1, fence. Number 2, Kelly Kapowski. What was this girl's actual question? I don't know if we answered it.
Oh,
Should she go for
she's
it?
trying to keep it in her pants.
Yeah.
It sounds like she just is developing a crush on this guy, and that's fine, and that's okay, and she should see it through.
I think she should kiss him.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, because the problem
That
is
could crush the whole dream, or it could make her feel like actually the next levels would probably I'd be comfortable.
Right. It's fine to fall for somebody, and it's like she's worried that other people are going to think other people might not share her opinion of the dude.
we're all that kid. That's why we're like, go for it, kiss him. This could be your opportunity, please, for the love
We're
of
living
God.
through it, yeah.
Kiss this
Kiss them.
15-year-old nerd.
But and also like he enjoys eating from the sound of it.
Yeah.
You know, this could be a benefit. She could have a lot of
He
fun
might
with
go
this
down
guy.
on her,
Yeah.
and then your
It's
pussy
just
will be in his
pubes in
teeth.
his fucking teeth.
Yeah,
Dude,
but
God.
I think in
I
high
love
school,
it.
she's in high school, and high school thinking what other people are going to think ruined so many potentially good relationships
I
for
agree.
me. Like, I broke up with a girlfriend that I liked because I heard a bunch of rumors that she might dump me. And there was, when I was a sophomore, I was like hooking up with a freshman who I really had a crush on. And like somebody else who was a sophomore was like, I can't believe you're hooking up with a freshman. I was like, well, I'm not anymore. And it's like, just do what you like to do and not what everybody else is going to think, because it's going to feel good for you. It's something that you want.
But in high school, what other people think is everything.
Public opinion.
Oh, definitely. I one of my biggest regrets at high school was I wasn't popular. I was known. Me and my group of friends were known, but we weren't popular. We were that
What were you known
in-betweeners.
for?
Just being dickheads.
You guys were
But
just
we
like,
were-
you were like
know what I
sort of
mean?
like the class clowns.
Yeah,
like the
class
jackasses.
clowns and like, but people knew who we were, but we weren't popular, so it wasn't for good reason. And I remember
you were
that.
there for like comic relief, and not
Yeah.
for like nobody wanted you hanging out all the time,
no.
and nobody wanted to hook up with you or date
Exactly,
you.
but we were still known. But I didn't take drama at school, even though I felt I could do it. I never took it because I was people made fun of taking drama, and it could have been my way in to everything.
Yeah.
To unlock everything at high school. If I had done it there, I would have shined.
It would have
because
been-
I was good at acting.
You would have been that person that other people would be intimidated to get on tape with instead
hell
of just
yeah,
Rose.
with my American
Well, you're
accent.
still
Yeah.
obviously good at acting because you booked on tape.
Once. That's it.
That's all it takes.
Again.
You just got to do it once. In this business, baby. All right, go for it. What else
for
do
it.
I say? That's it. I think we're out of time. How was that for you?
It was everything.
This is your first podcast? Have you done podcasts before?
I've done podcasts before, yeah. Only recently, actually. I haven't done... Usually they were gaming based.
Oh, are you a gamer?
Massively, yeah.
Oh,
So
really?
we always... It's 2 hours of me talking about video games, but I haven't... This
Wow,
is like...
what's your game?
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I haven't played anything since I left Vancouver, but I was playing like Metal Gear Solid, and I'll play sport. I'll play everything.
Wow.
I
Still.
literally will play everything.
What's your system of choice? Do you have a system?
PlayStation 4.
PlayStation 4. Got it.
It's the one.
What video game do you think you've played more than any video game in the world? Like you spent the most of your life playing.
The one I can remember off the top of my head was a game called Red Dead Redemption, which was set in the Wild West. It's Grand Theft Auto in the Wild West. You
Yeah.
love that.
Oh, that
because
sounds
you like your
cool.
Grand Theft.
Yeah.
But
and I love Deadwood.
Same. Oh my God, we could have talked about Deadwood this whole episode.
I'll start a Deadwood
Oh,
podcast.
shit.
Let me
I'll be
stop
with
and then
you,
we'll
man.
re-record. Only about
Start another
Deadwood.
podcast, actually.
But I played that. So, and then my buddy was a big fan of. We grew up watching westerns and Deadwood and stuff. So we went online, and all you would do online is like pick flowers and hunt.
It's like
And
Oregon
we were up
Trail.
till, like, we were doing 8 hours a night, like
Just picking flowers.
This cactus we had to collect, and we had to kill this bear, or skin these rabbits.
Wow.
And that's it. And we did that for like 60 hours.
Damn.
Yeah.
Check. I want to get into gaming. I feel like I'd like it.
I think you'd love it.
I'm going to try.
Yeah, you do need a hobby.
Yeah.
One that's as useful as gaming, I think, is a good one to pick up.
Sweet. All right.
All right. If you have your own questions or your own theme song, the opening one was written by David is Awesome. This closing one is written by Ethan Urborg. The email for everything is ifIwereYouShow@gmail.com. Roel, do you have anything to plug before you go?
Where can people find you?
Oh, just at Rahul Kohli 13 on Twitter and every sort of app and Snapchats and
Always 13?
Just always 13. Just because November. There you go.
All right.
And Taylor Swift. Apparently that's her one as well.
Oh, really?
Really? 13?
No big deal.
Yeah, hers is just Taylor Swift 13. I always say it's because of that.
Because she stole it from you.
Yeah. We got beef, me and her.
We'll be back next week. Unfortunately, without Rahul, but we'll have you back soon enough.
Definitely.
People are going to love
Absolute
this
pleasure.
shit too.
Thank you guys for having me.
Of course. Thank you for coming. See you guys soon.
Everything that I needed, now that I got up on the podcast. Everything you won't say, you email. And Amir don't like that shit at all. So retweet him. So can they get a show on TV? Or did they have a show already? Wait a minute, if I were you, I would tell you to make a billboard, make a Tinder. I'm wearing MeUndies, but I stopped getting nature bites, that's a problem. Cause I'm way too broke to pay, but I didn't eat yet today, no. These two dudes saying if I were you, got real, better hope that I won't sue. Last one didn't end like a shoulda, Jake. On blast and he still won't get fake. Get Milana back on for God's sake. I'm in another place waiting for the other space. Swipe right for the 10-cent piece, kids, right? But we can get Ben Schwartz if you want to have at it. We can get Team Mids up in Silicon Valley. Everybody's got a show when you're big and you're ready. 8 episodes left and you want more money. 8 episodes left. Jake and Amir, if I were here, if I were you, if that were true. It's not true.
That was a HeadGum podcast.